What I would typically start with is underhand figure 8, and specifically I would work with race and chase. So I would take my right hand as the lead in the beginning, would work in a split stance, getting into the groove of the pattern and making sure that I have my rotations, that I have my weight shift, and that I have a light grip with the bottom hand leading the way. So I would do a couple of repetitions of that, and then I would switch the stance, still keeping my right hand as the lead in this race and chase pattern. Now when I feel satisfied with that, I would simply switch the leads. So now my left hand is leading the rope, still working on my steering, on my weight shifts. And then when I'm ready, I switch the stance again. So I have both sides working and equally competent. Now, when I'm confident that I've warmed up and primed this pattern, I will go to the overhand side and I will do the same thing. Race and chase using my right hand as the lead. Left leg is forward, and then I switch the stance, making sure I'm weight shifting. Then I shift the hand, so now my left hand is the lead hand in the race and chase. Right leg is forward, weight shifting, I'm turning, I switch the stance, and now I have worked figure 8s in underhand and overhand fashion, both hands and both stances. What I will typically do then is a bit of dragon rolls. I will start on one side, making sure that I get the rotation through my torso. I will open up my shoulders, try to squeeze my shoulder blades together to get everything nice and open. And then I will start using my slanted or coiled dragon rolls on one side, on the other side, and I will try to move through them in a spiral fashion to open the torso and the spine and the shoulders even more. Then I will reverse direction. Again, just plain old dragon rolls. Gently opening up these ranges of movement, rotation, and then work the slanted dragon rolls, work my coils, and then try to explore the spirals a little bit more. So these patterns so far have worked great to establish some of the basic movement principles. I still want to open up my shoulders, so I will do my mills and whips with one hand. See, this gets me into this nice spiraling motion of the shoulder, going high and then going low, going high, going low, going high, going low. I would do that typically 10 repetitions or so until I feel the shoulders are getting more mobile, and then I would do the same on the other side of the body. High and low, high and low, high and low, high and low. Then this has been one direction of the mill. Then I will repeat the other direction. High, low, high, low, high, low. And again, something I want to repeat 8 to 10 times on one side, and then I'll repeat the same on my non-dominant side to make sure that I move the shoulder through internal and external rotation through these spirals in both directions, overhand and underhand. Now I can also do something else to tie these two patterns together. So one side is doing this and the other side is doing this. if I imagine what that would look like with holding the rope with two hands, it's essentially this dragon head or high dragon roll pattern. So you can notice that this hand is doing high mill, a high portion of this milling pattern. The other hand is doing the opposite mill. Then I just put them together so they're synchronized. You can see that I'm also turning my torso, so connecting everything for the high pattern. And then I can simply reverse the direction and repeat the same pattern again. So you could stop there if you wanted to, but if you wanted to continue, I would still add sneaks into this because they will add an additional level of intensity for rotation. So I would start again in the split stance, and then I would do underhand sneaks, alternating pattern. Make sure that I'm weight shifting. Front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. Then of course I want to switch the stance so that I can work rotation with both legs forward. Front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. When I'm comfortable with that, then I will do my overhand sneak, same concept, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. Switch the stance, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg. If you don't have unlocked alternating sneaks, underhand or overhand, I recommend you just work one side of the body and then the other side of the body. So you would just do this sneak, and then you could try switching the stance while still doing the same sneak. This is going to require a bit more rotation than this sneak here. So counter stance patterns always require a bit more rotation, and that's why they are valuable. And then of course you want to switch the sides. So now I will do my right leg forward, and I will do a counter stance switch, the counter stance sneak, I'm sorry. And then I will do this same stance sneak. And of course I can do the same thing on the overhand. Just practice one side in one stance, switch the stance, and then switch the sneak. And again, switch the stance. So I think this constitutes a very nice session that you can implement, and then you can also modify, introduce or change depending on how much time you have and what your interest is what your session will actually include later on. Have fun with it.